With the cigarette with the
Face is all white, yeah.
He's driving. He doesn't even have a steering wheel.
Yeah.
He's on a fake car. You just walked
welcome
into...
to the city of love. Mon chéri.
Welcome back to another episode of The Careful Boys. So recently, I went on a vacation. It's been a long time since I've gotten a chance to take Nina overseas.
Yeah.
I've been working super hard this summertime. You know, I work a type of career that's very seasonal based, so I have to take all these jobs. And then we got a window of time where I was like, look, let me treat you right. Let me spend some time with you. And I finally took her to Paris, actually. Not just Paris, but like Paris, south of France, Milan, Lake Como, like a little bit of Italy. And here's the thing about it. I first went to Paris in 2007 when I was studying abroad in Spain. Right, I was studying abroad in Spain. I was there for like 2.5 months learning Spanish in Madrid. And so me and a couple other like college kids, you know, we would travel to different spots in Europe because it's my first time in Europe. I remember going to Paris and, you know, the classic touristy stuff like the Louvre, Mona Lisa, Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame, you know, Montmartre, Sacré-Cœur to Arc de Triomphe, whatever. And all I was thinking at the time was like, this is truly the romantic city of the world. This is the most romantic spot. And then I told myself, this is 18 years ago, I told myself, one day I have to take my future wife here.
Wow.
And I said it, and no matter how much I've traveled, like, you know, fortunately for my career and stuff, I've just never taken the love of my life to the most cliche as it is romantic city. I finally get a chance to like take her on this trip.
But did you feel like shit because you took your current wife there and not your future wife?
That's fucked up. You know she watches, you asshole.
I love you. I'm sorry because I know your retention rate's pretty early, but I wish I said that at 8 minutes.
But the funny thing is, so we're traveling around, and then, you know, you like book an Uber or whatever. You jump in the Uber, and you just have like funny random small talk. And I'm an idiot, so I'm always randomly, you know, just having interesting conversations just to like learn more about the city and stuff and whatnot. And there's one time we jumped to this Uber in Paris, right? And I didn't know this was a thing, but then like we closed the door in a way where the guy looks at us and he's like, "You guys are American."
What?
I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And he's like,
Is it because you slammed the door?
"I guess."
Like I said earlier, you don't have a fucking Asian accent, brother. You sound like an American.
Well, I didn't say anything yet.
So you just sat there and you go, American fuck.
We closed the door and it's like, "You guys are American," or whatever, right? And then I was like, "What does that mean?" And it's like, "Only Americans slam the door." And he's like, "Hey, to be fair, you know, maybe your cars have like heavier doors." And I was like, "That's an American thing?"
Damn, you didn't immediately go, domo arigato, shimi, domo arigato, shimi.
Mr. Roboto?
I think we do. Yeah, of course.
That's what I
Because
was-
when Hannah first moved here, she kept like not closing the door enough.
Wow.
What do? They like get it to touch and then go,
No, I think their doors aren't fucking like
Like magnetized?
heavy or something. Like it's like
Freeways are heavier, so our cars are built for more collision, so it's heavier. Where they don't go that fast.
but you're running.
It's that.
slam it.
I'm just going to guess it's not that.
You're running into the same cars in like other countries. You're still running into like
their freeways
you'll jump
are-
into like a bend.
But they're not going at 65 miles an hour.
yeah, but do you think?
Fiats.
Yeah, but in Germany, brother, they're going 90 on the Autobahn, dude.
But not everyone takes that. That's like a special freeway.
But I'm just saying it's the same car. They're like similar builds. Like it's not like I guess it's just it's a manner of like how you choose to. I guess my point being is
We're rude.
it sparked my thought process, and I just started having a riff of conversations with him just because why not, right? So I was like, okay. And then one thing led to another, and then one of my questions ended up being like, because he's an Uber driver, so he sees a lot of different types of tourists.
Is he French?
Yeah, he's a French Uber driver, but he wasn't like I don't know, white French.
He's like a Syrian refugee?
Something like that.
Wearing the black and white striped top.
He had face all white.
With the cigarette with the
Face is all white, yeah.
He's driving. He doesn't even have a steering wheel.
Yeah.
He's on a fake car. You just walked
welcome
into...
to the city of love. Mon chéri.
one thing leads to another. I'm asking random, different, stupid questions, and then I get to, I'm like, all right, well, who's like the worst type of tourist that you gotta like drive around, right?
You go Chinese.
He says Chinese, right?
Did he really?
Chinese. He says Chinese. Well, he just says in
great.
general. It's not just drive around. It's just like what's like the worst type of tourist, right? Chinese, right?
Before you can finish asking.
We laugh around about this. It's just like, you know, it's just a blip in the experience. That's really, really funny. But then it just gets me thinking. Every consecutive Uber after that,
You asked.
I start asking the same question,
Sick.
and I fucking discover that Chinese people are the worst tourists.
Yeah.
100%.
Guess here. So instead, because you guys got in the door and you slammed the door, do Chinese people just like throw themselves through the window?
They don't even bother.
They don't even open
They
the door.
just fucking
They're
fly in.
They just jump through the window like that.
He's not even talking about just car etiquette.
Yeah,
I
what are
guess
the
there's
stories
just
that
like
he? What's examples that he had? Yeah.
I think it's just like Chinese people are just like in their own world. There's not like a connection. He said
That's what I've been fucking saying.
Americans can be rude, but he chose to like this particular Uber driver chose to still share that Americans are still the coolest, like conversation, interest.
We're known to be friendly and the most like personable.
But like Chinese people, and I can imagine it, you can all imagine it. Like imagine just you exist in your own world.
That's it.
And then you get in, you exist there, you do whatever you care about, you get out. Maybe you don't tip as much. Like it's just this like transaction that makes you feel like if I'm an Uber driver, it's like they're a servant.
Yeah. They're invisible.
So there's no hi, there's nothing. It's just they walk in, start smoking a cigarette.
If they packed at the hotel, like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna have a fucking durian snack later, wrapped in a newspaper. They'll go in the cab and they'll just unwrap it and just start eating it, not going, I wonder if this smelly fruit is gonna affect. They're in their own bubble.
The whole
They're just
day.
in their
Look
fucking.
at Bart's face while he's talking about this stuff. I just realized it's not a comedy, it's a tragedy. Bart's trying to warn everybody.
I got a question for the Chinese ambassador.
Yes, sir.
Why is it that the Chinese that are in there are so different from the Chinese that are outside, like Singapore, everywhere, like Taiwan? They seem to like think about other people, like, oh, like you just, in your example, they're like, oh, maybe they might not like the smell.
Oh, I have a clear answer already on that
What
one.
is it?
Well, the Chinese firewall.
Firewall?
Talking about the Great Wall.
No.
I got your back.
Designed by the white people? No, there's a Chinese firewall. Anybody who is ethnically Chinese or whatever, but lives outside of China, does not have to adhere to the Chinese digital firewall where you don't have access to the regular internet, the World Wide Web. You can do things like Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. If you're in China, you legally cannot access that stuff. You have to VPN if you want to access any of those things. So they have their own version, their Weibo, their Baidus, their
Xiaohongshu.
WeChats, their Xiaohongshus. It's not TikTok, right? Douyin. It's like a different version of every normal thing that the entire rest of the world, not just the Western culture.
How does that equate to a kid shitting on the corner?
So rules, that's different.
Bart's warning people. I realize that now.
So like cultural norms or just like understanding something in context before like going out there to experience it yourself, that bridge is completely severed. You're going into like the highest level of culture shock. That's the same reason why if you were to be a tourist and you go to China I think is the biggest culture shock experience for anybody who's never been there before. Everything's different. It's not like Western friendly. It's not user friendly as a tourist. Everything is in their language. Not everybody speaks English. Nobody speaks English for the realistically. And then you can't use regular apps. Everything is their own version of the same type of service.
So in that world, though, are they considerate of other people?
I think in that world, that would be like the difference between, so like us as tourists, we're going from like country to country. They're going from like planetary species to interplanetary species. It's like, every rule is different, every experience is different, and there's no like cultural awareness. This is the most extreme version. I'm not saying that people aren't cultured in China, but like if you really are just a tourist and you haven't been to that spot before, you've been living in China is the most bubble human experience on this planet from a national.
I didn't see kids shitting in the streets in Beijing.
So like, here's another one. So like, out of Chinese people, I've never seen this. Like, let's say people are kicking it at the park, and then old lady is just, like just a big burp, and then everyone's just like normal and cool with it. Like I can't see a Parisian doing that. I can't see an Argentinian just like, or like, bah. Everyone's just normal. Like it's just.
They'll do that in India though.
Telling you, the white trash people, same way.
Chinese and white trash.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, because my question is like, okay, let's think about his parents' generation, or like the Cantonese people that came here early with the Hong Kong way, and then like all the ones that ran away from communism or whatever, right? That's the Chinese I grew up with, and there was no stereotype of like them peeing on a street or whatever. Like none of that shit happened. But then the new school Chinese.
My dad hated those motherfuckers. He's like, fuck, the Chinese are moving in.
That's what I'm wondering.
We're talking about Chinese tourists. Chinese tourists don't go to other countries
Chinese
and
tourists,
pee and
yeah.
shit in the street, okay?
Why did the French hate him so bad?
First of all, to be fair, also, when asking that same Uber driver who's genuinely actually the worst, and I was like, what about French people? He's like, French people are the worst, period.
Oh, okay.
Because they hate their own.
Yeah, they're just pieces of shit to themselves.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, but I said tourists.
Okay.
Okay, here's another one. So like it's these new tourist like things that I didn't know was a Chinese stereotype till recently is what I'm saying. So littering, right? That's a big problem with a lot of Chinese tourists that go out. But like that was never a stereotype for me pre-2015 is what I'm saying. And I've been around a lot of Chinese people, but like if they grew up in Singapore, like Malaysia,
mainland China, because that's what I'm saying. They're different. If you're in mainland China, you're in a bubble. If you're from Hong Kong, you were British occupied. If you're in Taiwan, you are already an outcast, so you don't see things in the same way, and you have a completely different democratic government, and that's part of like the Western. Taiwan is very connected.
Okay, here's a non-fecal example.
Good.
Where you go to like any cathedral or any museum, right? Group of Chinese tourists come. The tour guide with the fucking flag, is pointing at the sign. No flash photography. It destroys the paintings. The flash destroys the frescoes or whatever.
it's in their language too.
In their language. Got it, Chinese people? Everyone's like, uh-huh. As soon as they leave, like it's just immediately in their own world. Yeah. Oh, go. That's a selfie. Hey, look, Sistine Chapel. Explain that.
I think China's rule by ask for forgiveness, not for permission, unless I'm asking my own government.
By the way, I guess China also is, if you drive from Northern Virginia to South Carolina and you take that freeway, you see probably 500 cars roll down the window and just chuck McDonald's out of the fucking window. Like I'm talking like 2,000 tons a day just on the side of the freeway, and like that's white America, brother.
And China.